apocalypse, Mr. Mannheim.
Who are you?
Your new lord and master. You may call me Darkside.
From the people that brought you Nighthawk, Darkside's Couch presents Darkhawk, starring James, Mike, and Shée. Welcome to Darkside's Couch.
Hey, this is James.
Oh, this is Mike. Was that like a '90s movie trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For like,
that guy's probably dead, right?
Let's look it up.
The '90s movie trailer voice.
90s movie
90s
trailer guy.
Movie trailer voice.
Oh, yeah. That was a big deal when Don LaFontaine died.
Yeah,
Donald
Don LaFontaine. That's
Leroy
the guy.
LaFontaine. Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that picture
Don
before.
LaFontaine. Yeah, he's the inner world.
He's
Yeah.
been dead for 16 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Paul
R.I.P.
Thomas Anderson's dad was one of those kinds of people, too.
Yeah.
One of those kinds of people. We don't let
Well,
them
like
in
the
our
voice
neighborhood.
actors
Donald's.
The voice actors that do like movies or specifically like WGN when the game gets rained out.
I'm
like
so
shit
glad.
like that.
I'm so glad trailers don't have that stupid voiceover guy anymore. Like talking to us like we're a bunch of idiots.
Well, it's not his fault. He was just taking a job.
I know, but I hated those trailers. Are so like,
I don't know. I kind of
Condescending.
miss it in horror movie trailers.
just show me clips of the movie and don't tell me nothing about the story, and I'll figure it out.
See, they fucked that up now. They show you way too much because they want to show you a little fraction of a second of every single scene to get you hyped because it looks really good to make it like a 2-minute long version of the movie, but then you've fucking seen so much of it.
You know, those old trailers that would play before, VHS rentals, those
Yeah.
would ruin the movie as well. It's not like that's a new thing.
Oh man, I've been rewatching my Columbo DVDs and some of them have ads before they start.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot that was a thing.
Ads before they start on the DVD?
Yeah, like when you start the disc, the first thing that happens is an ad goes for that James Garner detective show from the 70s.
Oh, like upcoming attractions. That's weird,
kind of
though.
thing, but it's just advertising like you can also buy these DVDs.
Why would it be on your DVD?
I don't know.
Wouldn't
It
it?
was
Isn't
just-
that,
yeah.
isn't that like a menu choice? Like you go into the menu and it says like, here's some trailers. Of other things.
Not
Usually,
if they don't want it
and there's
to
that
be.
section usually that has the coming attractions, like you said, or previews. It's noted. No, I just put in these bitches, and all of a sudden, I'm learning about other 70s shows.
Do you have a DVD player?
A DVD player.
I have a PlayStation.
You're using. Oh yeah, I guess you do. Oh yeah, I guess
Yeah,
that.
Shay's still got an optic drive somewhere.
You guys are giving me shit about having a flip phone.
I don't have an optic drive. I do have an optic drive in a tower in a closet somewhere, but I'm ashamed of it. No, I'll continue to give you shit for that.
My dad had it, and so I took it when we cleaned out the house. And I only took it because it plays DVDs and Blu-rays, and that meant I didn't have to have a Blu-ray player.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could just rip the discs and everything, but that's a whole other project.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that.
We got a whole other project here.
Last night I watched the one about Dick Van Dyke.
It's a name that'll get you canceled.
We've got a project here called Darkhawk, or as it was supposed to be titled, Darkhawk. Right? Right? Did
I
you
think
get
so.
that?
That's what I said at first.
Yeah. Well, from a couple
Our
episodes
call
ago.
just sounds like Arkansas.
Yeah, when we had our Nighthawk episode a couple episodes ago that everybody got very excited about. 'cause-
popular.
Most popular episode because they thought it was about this
By
guy.
far.
Thank you. Love you.
By far.
And finally, we've reached Darkhawk, what people wanted to see, what people wanted all along. We finally got it to them.
No,
assuming
one
that.
person.
We're assuming.
One person did this to us.
Yeah, this was the very first appearance of our boy Darkhawk, or Arkhaw. I guess Marvel wanted a logo that you could read and didn't look like a fucking Norwegian grindcore band's logo like Nighthawk has. Look at this logo. There's nothing going on. There's nothing there.
I could make this logo on Paint
Yeah.
3D.
I'm docking a point just for that logo. It's nothing.
It kind of matches his outfit though. It's because his outfit's got no
Boring and
no thrills either. You know.
Yeah, no thrills, no shrills, no
thrills
spills.
and whatever.
Thrills, chills.
In the previous episode, I described him as Black Suit Spider-Man meets Wolverine meets Batman, and I stand by that.
That's pretty much what he is. He's just a dude in a black. And the thing is, they make a point of saying like this is like alien technology or something, but he doesn't look alien. He's just a guy in like a spandex black suit.
No, that all came later. They drew this first.
I think it's purposeful about the Spider-Man thing now because of the fact that it starts out and the first thing you see is a Spider-Man villain.
I mean, in the 90s, like, everyone was everyone's villains and heroes. Just because this way you could have 1,000, 10 billion crossovers.
But you still identify with them from something.
I identify as a Spider-Man villain.
Yeah.
Well, here's one of his original villains. I'm not making this up. I have this pulled up. One of Darkhawk's original villains is a character named.
Is it another Hawk guy with similar powers?
It's even worse.
Is it?
His name is Evil Hawk.
Oh yes.
Fuck you.
Yes.
His name is Evil. Or I'm sure.
And he's dressed like a fucking Shredder. That's what he looks like. He looks like Shredder.
It's kind of like, Chinese style, like Mandarin armor or something like that. He's Evil Hawk, or as I'm sure he was supposed to be called, Vilhaw. That's Vilhaw.
The story of Darkhawk is he's a teenager who found a magic crystal that gave him this black costume, right? Mm-hmm. This is what the Blue Beetle is now as well. It's the same.
The third Blue Beetle is the same. Yeah, it is pretty much a ripoff.
And he has his own Evil Hawk.
Yes, he does. There's an evil Blue Beetle. Well, his name is Vilhaw.
Vilhaw. It's like
should we?
Vilhaw sounds like he's like related to Shée, and Shée had a name for him growing up.
Should we just start taking the first and last letters off of every character's name, because it's super fun. I've been having a great time with that.
We can do that. We can take the letters off of all kinds of things.
I can take letters off of everything. You don't know. You can't believe the things I can take language off.
Language is a concept, motherfucker.
Yeah. I do want to get into all this. We're going to get into Darkhawk. We're going to get deep into Darkhawk, uncomfortably deep into Darkhawk, but I did want to touch on one thing that I was going to talk about last episode. It's a small thing, but it came up in my newsfeed because we were talking about Michigan before, and Mike and I were just talking about Michigan 15 minutes ago before we started recording, and Mike is still defending Michigan. I will insist is a garbage state.
There's parts of Illinois that aren't great.
Yeah, but the best parts are way better than the best parts of Michigan.
It just seems like Michigan is a place you visit in the 3 summer months that Michigan has.
Oh, fuck. I wouldn't want to waste my summer in Michigan.
Well, it's like because it's still warm, but it doesn't get like boiling hot like it does here in Illinois.
Well, I was shit talking Michigan as well as 80s rockers, the Bangles.
Ooh.
And Mike
from
was
Michigan? Huh?
I don't think they are, but man, that would tie it together well, wouldn't it? It would be so much. It makes a lot more sense if it did. But yeah, Mike was defending that trash state.
God.
And we haven't, I'll admit, we haven't gotten any hate DMs.
I was defending the Bengals.
You're defending Bengals. I'm guessing the reason we didn't get any hate DMs is because the local Michiganders are still struggling with how to turn on the state computer. But once they figure it out,
God.
I am in trouble. I'm in hot water. So
why are you so
like
mean
Michigan.
to them?
He's from Michigan. I can understand that.
yeah, you gotta hate your home state. Although
Not
it
me,
is
though. I love
objectively
my
terrible.
home state.
Yeah,
love
well,
Illinois.
but I do have to make a point about Michigan. So I guess it's the fair and unbiased Michigan report. All right. Oh boy, Michigan. Yeah. This is not.
What is that? Did you make it? What's
No.
it from?
That is 90s alt rockers live with their song "Shit Town." Which is that I'll stand by that album. That album is still great. That band completely ruined their reputation, and destroyed their reputation, destroyed their ability to actually be a credible band. But that album was great.
That was the best joke of the show. Good night, everybody. Thanks for
So-
listening.
All right,
Go
like
go
and
listen to Throw on
subscribe.
Copper. Yeah, go listen to Throw on Copper. That was a great album. No,
And then watch Nighthawk again.
and then watch Night Hall. Have yourself a good time. No, Michigan. If you like your Cash for Gold shops right next to other different Cash for Gold shops, if I got to stay for you, it's Michigan. It's great.
They have
it's
that
fantastic.
here.
It's not nearly as bad. I have been in the ghettos of Detroit, of Michigan, and the ghettos of Chicago. There is no comparison. There is no comparison. But
I think there's a lot of gold shops in California. That's a
there
California
are
thing too.
Yeah, but California also has some industry. Like there are bad things in all these states,
What,
but
the
they're also
woke
good.
Yeah.
liberal film industry?
We've got vape shops on every corner.
Gross.
Yeah, that's right. That's the buy your gold of Illinois.
I will say honestly here, I'm here to give Michigan a little bit of credit because I got a news story. I saw a news story the other day that they're taking a bold leap into the 20th century. All right, they're moving forward. I just read about this. Governor Gretchen Whitmer, who honestly seems to be trying to do a decent job, so I presume she can't fucking wait to leave that state. She announced that Michigan is banning the gay and trans panic defense. I don't know if you guys know about this. Have you heard about this? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I haven't.
Okay, so Shée might be more familiar. She knows more about the queer news than I do as a straight.
Yeah, no,
wouldn't call
it
you
just
that.
gets beamed in my head.
I wouldn't call you that, bud.
I mean, it's an honorable thing in this case to be aware of this kind of stuff, because I was kind of shocked that this was a real thing and that I was not aware of it. So here's the deal. In a lot of states, until now Michigan, if you committed a crime against someone who you thought might be gay or trans, you could go to trial, tell the judge or the jury that their queerness made you uncomfortable, and it probably wouldn't get you off the hook, but it could reduce your charges. It's fucking crazy. So, like, for instance, there's a case in 2015 in Texas, of course. This man, David Spencer, was stabbed to death by his friend because his friend thought he was hitting on him. He said his friend's gayness made him feel threatened, so he murdered him, and the state of Texas decided this was totally fine, gave him 6 months in prison, and up until now, Michigan agreed that was totally a sensible way to conduct yourself.
Okay.
This is real shit. And up until now, Michigan was like, yeah, that's totally fine. And I found this report at the Washington Post from W. Karsten Anderson, which is a silly, silly name, assistant professor of criminal justice, found that between 1970 and 2024, there were more than 700 instances of that defense being used in murder cases, including 18 in Michigan, and found it was an effective tactic in reducing charges about a third of the time.
This sounds like one of the fake stories on Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Like this is the I thought I would catch the gay defense.
You know, it's like they'll give you a list. Which news
This is
story do you
real.
think is real? And they would say
Yeah.
that one. I'd be like, that's not real.
Well,
Yeah.
then all of the internet has been gaslighting me because there are multiple sources that confirm that this is a real thing. In fact, California was the first state to ban the gay panic defense in 2014, followed by our beloved Illinois in 2017. Only in 2017.
What up?
Oh, it's only been 7 years. And so since then, a total of 20 states plus DC have banned it, and a bunch of other states have tried and failed to ban it, but a good chunk seem to be just fine, keeping on. They're not even bothering trying to fight it. So
What
this
if-
is a legitimate thing.
So what if all the judges killed someone because they thought they were gay, and then when they heard that defense, they were like, "Oh, me too, bro."
Yeah, that's why I did it. Yeah, sure.
I do wonder, so I heard this brought up not about something like this, but about the fact that if you look, a lot of states haven't or didn't until recently have like necrophilia laws and stuff.
Yeah, because no one did it first. You have
Because
the law,
no one wanted to be known as the necrophilia state.
There's in Florida, they just recently passed a law where you can't have sex with your horse.
Oh,
Again,
man.
I'm not saying it's a good excuse, and I think it's
Yeah.
different now. But I remember hearing that in conjunction with.
I think that once your state has had multiple people try to use the defense, you don't even have to prove that they are gay. You don't even have to prove, you just have to suggest that you thought they were gay and therefore it made you uncomfortable. It undermined your manliness. And so that made it acceptable.
Like 1,000 years ago, though, being gay was proof of your manliness.
How so?
Like in the Roman army, you were considered weird and weak if you didn't suck off your fellow male soldiers.
Well, we've said numerous times here that the straightest thing you can do as a man
That's right.
is have sex with other men.
That's right.
Yeah. If you're a straight man, you're not having sex with other men, what are you doing?
Yeah. If you have you're a dainty, soft
scared?
woman.
You scared of another
scared?
man's cock,
Yeah.
another man's big hard cock?
Yeah, right. Are ya?
Stupid,
Big boy?
Oh no, I'm scared. I can't take that big cock.
Yeah, right. I ain't scared of nothing.
Oh no, I'm so scared. I'm gonna marry a man. Oh no, that's what you guys sound like.
Dumb. Well,
That's what you sound like.
We're
You
mocking
too.
those guys. We're mocking those people who are afraid to. We're mocking the straight men who are afraid to marry other men. I'll marry another man right now.
I already stated that I think that we should take away the sexuality involved with marriage.
Yeah.
And
You
anyone
have.
and anyone can just marry whoever they feel would
Yeah,
be
you
the
just hang
best
out.
life partner.
Yeah.
The sketch from Mr. Show, where the two men get
Yeah. those
have
are
an
great.
entire loving life together because they
Well,
don't want to be
wouldn't-
gay.
They wouldn't back down. No, that's because they wouldn't back down from a fight.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. One guy was telling the guy, I'm going to be on your ass all night. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll marry your fucking ass. And they do it.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, okay. I
think-
misremembered.
I think that's what people should do. Like, you should find the
Yeah.
person you vibe with and get married.
Even if you're like a bully, you just vibe with another bully. And you're just
guess.
two straight bullies in a gay marriage.
Yeah, or
not?
marry the person you are bullying. Maybe that's just that's a sign of
yeah,
some
that's
kind
not
of
gonna end up
sexual
probably awful.
That's
frustration.
probably why you've been bullying them. You're attracted to them.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys suck so much.
Well, hold on, Shée. Let me get married to a man first.
Yeah. I'm the one who had this whole segment here about Michigan and this whole gay trans panic thing. I wanted to give him a little bit of a pat on the back for finally evolving a little bit. So good on you, Michigan.
Michigan's a beautiful place.
Yeah. They're 1 degree less awful now. So I'm sure your governor's going to get a lot of hate mail for daring to not be a huge bigot, and you'll ride her right out of town on a rail so you continue to wallow in your own slop.
I think
And,
maybe we'll get lucky.
You need to talk to someone about your Michigan feels.
Maybe we'll just the tough times that are coming. We'll put the kibosh on all this nonsense, all this silliness that people are doing right now, being mad about stuff that doesn't matter.
Well, I'm not mad about that. I congratulate them. Also, the Bengals are a travesty of a band, and Manic Monday is anti-work propaganda. This has been the Bengals Report. There you go. So, all that business is closed.
Did I do something to you?
Why would
Are you like getting out pent up aggression on me in the episode?
What are you talking about? No, this is what people like to hear.
I believe that is probably the case.
People like farty noises, and they hate the Bengals.
I don't. I love farty noises, and I love the Bengals, and I love Michigan.
We really got the whole spectrum of opinions here. All right. This is Darkhawk. This is issue 1 of Darkhawk. The year was our Lord 1991. The book called Dawn of the Darkhawk, even though he's never referred to as the Darkhawk in the book. Written by Danny Fingerroth, art by Mike Manley.
That's
Which is a real name. Yes, he's a real name.
Mike Manley. Manly enough to marry another man.
Just marry a man for like 5 years. See how it works.
Tell you
Bet
what,
you'll
that'd
like
be
it.
a relationship based on accountability.
It would be a based relationship. You're right. So I'll say, honestly, this is not, I wanted to hate this book a lot more. It's not a good book.
Well, you guys like Blue Beetle, and this is the same thing.
It's the same thing. So I can't really hate it all that much. It's fine.
Blue Beetle
think
gets
I
this
honestly didn't see those comparisons until you guys mentioned it.
Yeah, Blue Beetle is this guy. It's the same character.
yeah.
Even the costume's kind of similar.
Costume's kind of similar. And on the cover here, we've got these mooks who are shooting at Darkhawk. And I see that one of his guns, one of the machine guns has 3 flares.
Well, he's moving the gun.
Yeah, but
It's
the
to
gun...
it's to represent that he's been firing his machine gun while moving.
That dude's a fast shot then.
Well, it's a machine gun.
Still, like, you would think you would draw like 3...
Like it's called spray and pray.
Right.
That's the technique he's performing.
I am aware of this, but you would think then they would draw 3 of the guns, like two faded versions of the guns.
That's too busy. This is
That's a lot of
better.
work. That's a lot of work. Did you warm up to Darkhawk? Did you really like this guy, Arkaw?
I just like early 90s Marvel art.
Early 90s, they were just making Marvel books for anyone who wanted a book. They just gave him a book, and it ran for like 6 years.
That was definitely when I finished it. I was just like, oh, this just felt like every Marvel book I read in the 90s or from the 90s. I didn't read Marvel in it.
This
Anyway,
is when
yeah.
they made comic books to sell the trading cards.
This felt like a Marvel movie now, where they're just inserting the pieces to the formula.
It's a Topps tie-in.
I'm so behind on Marvel movies.
Oh no, I haven't seen one since Captain America:
I
Winter
feel-
Soldier,
That's the best one. You did a good job tapping out at that point.
and I saw that 2 years after it came out.
So here we see a splash page that says
I'm a
"Darn."
bad person.
Yes, see the splash page here says "Dawn of the Darkhawk," and you can see Darkhawk's dick.
You can see him dawning right there. It is ridiculous. I noticed this immediately as well.
Dude needs to learn how to do the high jump. Am I right?
It doesn't show back up.
Yeah, when I saw, like, it's a waste of a page. It's one giant splash page. It's honestly like they had an extra page that they had to fill. And now I see what they're filling it with. This giant dark dong.
Like he, at no point his posing is just like, I'm gonna look like a bird. Caw!
Yeah. It's
like he's
got
up there practicing.
It's like he's got like a police stanchion in his pants. It's ridiculous.
Caw! And they're like, look at this, it's Dick Man. It's Dick Man up there.
Well, let's also keep in mind, Darkhawk is like a 15-year-old boy.
Yep, but they don't know that. That's why they're calling him Dick Man. And he's
They
like,
probably-
I'm not Dick Man.
yeah.
I'm Darkhawk.
They drew this before.
What if that grows too when he changes? And so every time he changes back, he has to accept the fact that he has a smaller dick now?
Oh,
just stay Darkhawk
man,
forever.
that would, yeah,
Stay
100%.
I'm just always Darkhawk.
Or
what
if
I would
there's
do
like
if-
5 inches difference?
I think I said that about
Around?
like Shazam and Captain Marvel. It's like
Yeah.
I would just stay Captain Marvel all the time.
All right. So then we get into a second splash page. This is a very awkwardly paced thing.
That's
But
all
we
because
see,
want to know why? Because the kids in the 90s, especially 1991, didn't actually read the Marvel comics.
But you're right, though. Both these first two pages would turn into trading cards very easily. I don't know if they did or not.
Yeah, it's like they hired trading card artists and then they gave them
Yeah.
jobs as comic book artists.
I mean, Mike Manley is a legitimate artist, but yeah, this is strange. And
I say this as someone who collected Marvel comics in the 90s and had Marvel trading cards.
I had both as well. I had the Spider-Man ones where you had to get all of them and they put them together and they made a picture. They made a bigger picture.
Yep, all the X-Men comics, they had that weird like hologram card.
Holographic one?
It was like glued to the cover.
Yeah, you had to rip that shit off and you had to buy a second one to keep it in pristine
Oh
condition.
God.
Yeah.
Man,
So-
Marvel, you sons of bitches.
They
Them being bought by Disney, that makes a lot of sense because Disney does that shit.
Well, yeah, they're trying to pump things up, pump them
They're trying to make
numbers.
money. I mean, right? That's the whole reason Marvel exists was to try to make somebody money.
That's why most businesses exist. Yeah, trying to get a little of that coin.
It's like when people get all mad about like their comic book movie didn't turn out how they wanted. I'm guilty of that too, but it's just like they made it in hopes of it making money, not making you happy.
Yeah, they're not
fuck.
trying to go for a niche audience. I guess Joker is. Joker's
Yeah.
going for a niche audience of people
Yep.
that like R-rated musicals.
Yeah, but that made money. The first one did.
The first one made crazy bank. The second one, I don't know how this is going to do, but I am excited.
Oh, yeah, Lady Gaga's in it. Everybody loves Lady Gaga.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of the people that liked the first Joker movie are incel neckbeards who hate musicals.
So the people who are calling Darkhawk, what did I call him? Dick Man? What did
I don't
call him?
remember what you called him. Sure,
Well, it's Dick Man.
It's Dick Man.
They're gonna call a Hobgoblin Purse Man.
Well, first of all, okay, so Hobgoblin, if you haven't seen him, he's a Spider-Man villain. He does rock the man purse pretty confidently.
But so did Green Goblin.
So did Green Goblin. It's basically Green Goblin's purse, isn't it?
Yeah, why didn't they? You think it'd make more sense to have a backpack underneath their cape?
And you'd think he'd make it his own color instead of it being purple when the rest of his outfit is gray and orange.
Maybe he just. I think.
Yeah,
like,
and why doesn't he just use some moisturizer and fix his face?
Oh, that's a mask.
Yeah, it's a mask. We didn't know who Hobgoblin was at first. And it was a
So
big
that's so there's been like 3 hobgoblins, and like one of them actually turned into a demon.
And one of them merged with Carnage, I believe.
No,
Or no,
that
Green.
was-
one of the Green Goblins. Someone merged with, and
think
they
this-
came Red Goblin.
Oh, that's some of the recent stuff. No
Yeah.
one cares about that, dude. We're talking about 1991 here.
This is Hobgoblin, not to be confused with Knobgoblin, which was your mom was doing last night.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
that's what my husband's gonna call
At
me.
what time in the very early morning, James, did you think of that?
I think it was driving to work. Yeah, he was driving to work. And like, that's pretty funny. But in fairness, I'm calling him Obgobbly.
You know what's
I'm
funny?
Cutting off the first and last name letters of his name.
I'm gonna use Knobgoblin, and I know who to use it with.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Are you
I don't
referring
want
to
to
a
know. I don't know. Or, no.
Obgoblin.
Dude, I'm a dirty
We
dog.
get a Christmas card from Mike.
No, he ain't sending no Christmas cards.
Dude, I ain't sent no Christmas cards. What the cringe. Merry Christmas.
So we open up.
Why are there cards? We could just text each other.
I don't know. I mean, this is a-
Don't insult cards. I
Yeah,
like
Shée makes
making
cards.
them.
She actually custom makes cards. There's a lot of effort and love in them.
Well, shit, I like making podcasts. Doesn't mean it makes sense or it's a good idea.
I mean, nothing. What makes sense? Nothing makes sense. But the comic book podcasts. Those are the only things that make sense in this world.
You know, it makes sense. Vacationing, spending your summer vacations in beautiful Michigan.
Oh, fuck Michigan, man. Shit town. All right. So Hobgoblin, Obgobbly, he's coming to visit his frenemy, Philip Bazine. Bazin? Jeff Bezos.
Those Felipe.
Felipe. Yeah, is it Philippe or Philip or Felipe?
Felipe.
He
Or
doesn't look like any of these
could
things.
Could be Philippe. Call me Philippe, Mr.
Yeah.
Hobgoblin.
Well, and he comes to visit this dude in his penthouse, and he's like a smarmy mob boss type.
See, before smartphones, everybody, if you wanted to talk to someone, you had to fly over to their house on your goblin glider.
Yeah, you get on your Goblin glider, which only got like 10 miles to the gallon.
Yeah,
So
right.
you're
Because he
constantly
is
gassing
like,
everything up.
it is clearly runs on gas.
Yeah, it's got a lawnmower engine. And he just pulls it.
Dude, the Goblin Glider is run on with a lawnmower engine. You're right, because look at the like shitty exhaust, and he's
How
like
does-
flying into people's apartments.
How does
like
he even
this.
stand up on the damn thing?
I don't know.
You fall right over.
So because it has a jet trail, that means it can only be propelled forward like a jet. right?
Yeah.
But he uses it like it's a hovercraft.
Sometimes he just, well, I'm assuming that switches gears to the hover mode.
It just looks like a rocket that they put little footsie holds on.
Yeah. I mean, I will say, I do like the design of Hobgoblin. I think it's a cool design. I like monster design villains.
Yeah, Hobgoblin's
that's cool. Cool looking dude.
Yeah, because they killed the 2 green goblins, and they were like, shit,
We need more goblins.
now what are we going to do?
People love goblins.
How about we put, I got this new character, guys. His name is Dark. His name is Big Dick Man. You can't call him Big Dick Man. All right, he's called Darkhawk. All right.
Can we chop a couple letters off his name?
And he's just
Yes, we
like,
can.
yeah, can we call him Arkhaw?
Yeah, we can. The 90s love Haws.
He's like, I want to, but Continuity Comics will sue us.
Yes. Ah, shit. I guess
So we got to sell this book. What do we do? I don't know. Put a Spider-Man villain in it, because then in issue 2 we can put in Spider-Man.
Which they did, and we didn't see that, and we never will.
Never will, unless someone requests it.
So Hobgoblin goes to see Mr. Bazin, Philip Bazin, and apparently they're looking for something. Hobgoblin really wants something, and if he gets it, then he's gonna pay his friend Philippe a tremendous sum of money. Right?
Man, Hobgoblin sounds like you just like smoke some meth and now you're eating pussy.
A night Hobgoblin sesh.
You know what I'm saying?
Get
Like,
your side piece to come over for some Hobgoblin.
yeah, you
I
just
don't know that feeling.
Just text your girl like Hobgoblin. She's like, I'll be right over.
Yeah.
Well,
she texts a
itching?
little
Like-
Got some
goblin
good-
gif.
Shée, you could be a casual crystal user.
Yeah, just
Okay,
once in a
not
while.
everyone's fucking scabby faced.
Just to unwind.
Some of us are like high functioning people. Shée. We can
All right.
try the more difficult drugs.
Then we flash over to Queens, New York, at the Wonderland amusement park that I guess has been shut down for the last 3 years. It's going to be demolished in a few days. But judging by the activities in this book, people really love hanging out there. So I don't know how it went under in the first place. Like everybody's there.
If this was DC, the Joker would already be having his hideout there.
Yeah, hell yeah! Inside of a spooky clown mouth that you have to walk into.
Dude, there are
Sure.
so many like failed child related businesses in Gotham City.
Yeah, well, you
You
know,
know, there were abandoned amusement parks and toy stores and
Yeah.
fireworks factories.
and all those like Alice in Wonderland playgrounds and everything.
Dude, they should really stop having those. They attract mind controlling
Yeah.
pedophiles.
And then it turned out the Mad Hatter was a pedo, and we're all like, ah.
I think they did that
gross.
after the fact because they're just like, he looks like it.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah, well, he
pieces
wasn't
fit.
at first. They made him one
Yeah.
for fun, I guess.
Well, it didn't exist. Pedophilia did not exist when he was first created in the 60s, 70s.
I'm like, if I was Mad Hatter, I'd just be like, you're one to talk, Batman.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is a draw, and then Batman leaves.
Like, ooh, yeah, you're right.
Say anything about it? Fuck.
I
guess
mean,
just-
I don't do that.
yeah. I mean, what I do is still pretty bad, but. All right. So these toughs that work with Bazin, they're shaking down this homeless guy who goes by the name of Saint Johnny, and they're shaking down Saint Johnny because apparently he knows where the thing is. Right. Somewhere in this amusement park, there's something hidden.
Yep, and they are really disrespectful to his alcoholism.
Yeah, they throw some money at him. A lot of people get thrown money at them, or they throw money back at people, or they throw money around in this issue.
Here's your fucking money,
Get some
asshole. Now
fucking
get
money.
out of
They're
here.
constantly throwing money at people, and so
It's a
they
quote
throw
from
some
my-
money at this guy.
It's a quote from my friend Eric,
Okay.
who said
Happy
that to a
birthday,
ca-
Eric.
He said that to a cat.
So they throw some money at St. Johnny, and they're like, you drink it up, and then you call the number on the band when you figure out where that thing is that you want to tell us about. Right?
And this guy uses it to invest in Bitcoin.
Yep, and now he is Elon Musk.
He's still homeless.
But for a minute there, he was doing really well.
Man, what's the earliest you could have bought Bitcoin? Probably not 1991.
No, it was 2012-ish, something, when the first Bitcoin happened. Yeah.
Can you imagine going back in time and
Bitcoin
putting
happened.
everything you own, every dollar, every cent into
Right.
Bitcoin, and then
Well-
travel back to the future?
Well, I mean, if I could go back in time, then investing would be very simple. Yes,
Nah, but just
it would
that.
not be difficult.
Just
Just
that.
Bitcoin.
That's the only one I want to remember, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna forget everything else that made money in all those years. Ah, shit.
But the act of buying all that Bitcoin early, though, might change how other people bought it, and maybe like not so many people would have.
Or you going back in time and buying all the Bitcoin is why it became popular. in the
I still
first
think
place.
about this from Rip Hunter time.
Yeah, you
Wizard.
created a Rip Hunter time loop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now you have to go back and buy all that Bitcoin. You only need to go, if you go back, you buy like 5. You don't need to buy like 100,000 Bitcoin. Just buy a few.
What about 100? What would 100 get you?
100 would get you like $65 million right now.
Oh, that's fine. I don't need that. All right.
Yeah.
I don't even need that much. 50
Well, there you
Bitcoin.
go. Or 6.5 million, sorry. But
No,
still,
I
that would
need
be a
more
tremendous amount of
Bitcoin
money.
then.
Yeah, you don't need much. You don't need much. So then we flash to another part of New York, because this is they were really hammering on the New York thing at the time. Everything happened in New York in the Marvel Universe. And we see this lady DA, and she's going for lunch, but she's upset because she's late. Doesn't bother anybody else.
Nope,
and then,
not me.
And then a mysterious man comes up and throws some money at her.
Yep. He's like, here's some money, lady. Now get the fuck out of here.
Nope. And she says, hey, don't you try to bribe me. I'm a lady lawyer. And she throws the money right back at him. Right?
And he's just like, okay.
And then she has to sit down because she got the vapors.
And if I was him, though, I would have gone back to the boss and he would be like, did she take the money? And I'd be like, yep.
Yep, everything went. She's gonna be off your case. Don't you worry.
He's like, really? And I'm like, yep.
Yeah, she couldn't wait.
And then I would like get out of town.
It's not that much money. I think it's only like a couple $1,000s. But
back in 1991,
yeah, you could buy a lot of Bitcoin.
Dude, think of all the Bitcoin you could have bought with that kind of money.
Hang on to that money for 20 years. This is gonna work out well.
Dude, that's why Booster Gold came back in time.
Yeah, he went a little too far.
Right before that Bitcoin pops up.
Yeah. But she's offered a bribe right in public, right as she's walking to her busy job in the day.
People didn't have smartphones to record things.
Yep. So it was just your word against mine.
Mm-hmm.
My word's better. Mm-hmm. I do like, as Shée mentioned, that she gets upset about it and has to sit down. Like, that's at least realistic. That she gets upset that she had to like throw money in this mobster's face. Give her a little credit for that.
I didn't say it was unrealistic.
Yeah, well, I was saying it's a good thing. I think it's a good touch. I think they handled that well.
Oh, no. Yeah, absolutely. I think a man would sit down, too.
You know, though, if she's the assistant DA and she's being threatened by a local criminal organization, she would have a police detail.
Well, I think she'd probably have to request it, but yeah.
And she has one. It's her husband.
I know, but they're like, they don't fuck around with that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like they're like, hey, you're going to prosecute the most dangerous criminals in New York City. Well, good luck to you when you get off work.
Well, I guess it depends on how deep Basin's tendrils penetrate into the criminal justice system of New York.
And also, she wouldn't be going home. She'd still be working. Like, her kids would be raised by nannies.
Yeah, so she goes home, and apparently, the kids are just kind of taking care of themselves all day.
Yeah, they're talking, like, they're acting like they're poor.
Right, and they have a nice house on like a little hill.
Like, he's a New York City police officer, and she is the assistant to the district attorney.
Yeah, they're doing okay.
Like they would live in a really nice neighborhood in a multi-million-dollar house.
But apparently, it's a shithole anyway.
And like, what the fuck? Whoever wrote this doesn't understand nothing.
Well, we find she's very upset because her husband hasn't come home yet, and he's a cop, and so she's worried that he's dead. And then their 3 kids enter, and there's Chris, who's going to become Darkhawk.
Spoilers.
He's probably maybe 15-ish, 16. And then 2 11-year-olds.
Let's say 18 so we can marvel at his dick.
Yeah, sure, so we can look at him. Yeah, he's still staying at home, hasn't applied to college or anything.
Hey, 18, come on. He just got done with high school.
I can't blame him. I did the same thing.
But he's an adult man.
He's become very sensual in recent months.
All right, let's look it up. Let's look up how old Nighthawk is. All right, I want to look at him.
Christopher Powell, Marvel. Okay, from the Marvel Wiki. Yeah, it's not going to say his name or his age. They're not going to say his age.
I just want to see how old he is in this.
Well, he's a drawing, so I think you can lust after a drawing.
I don't want to lust after him, but
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, he's the older of the 3
Does he look like one of your ex-girlfriends?
Not this time.
Well, he's the older of the 3 kids. And then there's 2 younger kids. And then we find out that their mom is a horrible, abusive woman because she verbally and physically abuses one of the boys for being just smart. Did nobody feel upset about this?
Oh, you think with her being an assistant district attorney, right, and her son is showing signs of being at least, somewhat intelligent, she would encourage that.
No.
But she's just kind of a bitch. But if she's a high-powered lawyer, she probably would be.
Well, what she's saying, and the young kids are 11, and this 11-year-old kid who doesn't really know the world and is just trying to help, says statistically there's less than a 1 in 10,000 chance that dad's been killed on duty. He's trying to help his mom. He's trying to make her feel better.
And then he said ACAB to his mom.
And then he just crip walked out of the room. No. He says basically like, he's fine. He's fine. And so his mom says, hey, show off your brain another time, Jonathan, and then whacks him in the head with a paper.
Yep.
Like you're destroying that child's psyche.
No, he's fine.
And then she tells the other kid to shut up too.
Yeah, shut your stupid face.
Also, they call
I'm
them
a lawyer.
They refer to them as the twins, even though they don't look alike at all.
So I went to high school with these twin boys, and they were like this. They were like polar opposites to each other, but they were twins.
That's weird.
I guess that happens sometimes.
Yeah. All right.
Or sometimes you can have a set of twins, and they have different fathers.
Is that biologically possible?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. You fertilize 2 eggs at the same time with 2 different sperm.
This is a complex.
This is a question for Snopes.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like this.
You don't
family.
believe me? It's true.
I don't agree with this family's values.
I know that there are women that can carry 2 babies from 2 different men technically
carry 2
because they have like
babies.
2 uteruses.
Yeah.
Or I guess if 2 eggs get fertilized,
what
but that's not
happens.
twins then.
The old top. Well, they're born at the same time. They're twins.
No, but twins come from the same egg.
No, they
Yeah,
don't.
that's how I understood it. The twins are in the same egg. It's
If
when
twigs-
an egg
if
is
twi-
double fertilized.
No, sometimes if twins don't come from the same egg because like sometimes there's like was it fraternal and
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that the difference between fraternal and the other kind
yeah.
twin?
Like
Yeah.
there's identical twins and then there's just twins.
We'll never see these kids again. We don't care.
No, actually
So-
we do see them throughout the entire book.
Well, after today, I mean.
They are the focus.
So then the loser cop husband comes home looking like an
Yeah, they
idiot.
really made him into a kind of a bum, didn't
He's
they?
a schmuck.
He's just really beaten down by being a cop.
Yeah. Well, he's also a bad cop. He's bad.
He's
at
like,
his
I'm
job.
not. Well, fuck, man. We don't know what his life's like. We don't know how difficult the streets are. He's just trying to get home to his kids. He should really retire and go do something else because his
Well,
wife makes all this money.
Yeah. Well, we assume based on her job.
They should both take the bribes.
That's what I'm saying.
first and
She'd be making a lot
foremost.
more money if she took those bribes.
She should just take the bribe. He should take his bribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
He should use that money to get his private investigator's license.
Yeah.
She'll take that money and she'll quit her job at the DA and go work for a high-powered corporate law firm
Mm-hmm.
where she can make millions and millions of dollars. And all the problems about New York City are now gone. Like they can now focus on their kids, which they're not doing now.
They're not at all. No. Which is going to become an issue very shortly. So, yeah, he comes home and like, I was just out there getting shot at by some goons and stuff.
His kids ask him how are things, and he just goes, "Thank God for Kevlar," which means he
Yeah.
got shot in the chest today.
No big deal.
They really let the kids in a little too much on the horrors of their lives. And he calls himself a loser. He says, I wanted to be a hero, but I turned out to just be some stupid schmuck. And then there's his son.
He's like, "You're right. Cops are pigs, Daddy."
The oldest son, Chris, our call. He's looking off dramatically. He doesn't like any of this.
He's like, "Neither of my parents are good at making money."
Shitty parents. Shit parents.
Like, guys, what about all the money we need?
He's the only one thinking straight here.
Parentification at its finest.
So then they're having dinner, and one of the young kids is like, "Hey, you said you'd take us over to the abandoned Wonderland amusement park before they tear it down. How about we head out there?" Which well, that's irresponsible parenting. We're gonna go to an abandoned amusement park.
He's a cop. He can do whatever he wants.
But why would you want to do it? It's dangerous. It's unsanitary.
Because it's awesome.
I mean, that's why I want to do it. But
It's a base thing to do with your sons.
yeah, well, he
even
doesn't
the
wanna
one
do
that even the one that was clearly fathered by another man.
yeah, your loser sons.
Maybe it was like his buddy, and they were just double teaming the misses.
Oh no!
You know, and they both
Had
it
an
rip.
agreement?
They both just let it rip, one after another,
Just let her rip. Whatever happens is fine.
using each other for lube. Oh, gross.
Those are two very straight men.
Yeah.
The relationship that they've got.
Hey,
into
they're
with
under
each
a
other,
lot of stress. She's under a ton of stress.
Those are two guys who are having sexual intercourse with each other because they're straight men and they know that.
They're just having sex with each other through his wife.
Yep. And sometimes directly to each other. It's a very
It
straight
ain't
thing to
gay
be
if
doing.
it's a 3-way.
Nope. But anyway, he tells his son, no, we're not doing that. Well, he tells him that maybe we'll do it, but what he means is, no, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not taking it anywhere.
What if so if they get divorced, what if he just takes the kids that's his? Like, you could have
Just
that
the one. Like let's
that
be
one's
realistic about
Larry's.
this. I'm not dealing with all this. Come
He's
on.
like hanging out with his buddy. He's like, "Man, your kid sucks."
Yeah, I know.
And he's like, sorry about that.
Yeah, kind of a loser dud.
But you're the one who wanted me to blast inside your wife while you watched.
Like, yeah, you got me there. You got me there.
Actually, like, I guess
And then they high five.
the mom is just drawn differently, like in so many different panels. So I guess the blonde son just takes after her.
Oh, first issue. They're trying to figure out what everybody looks like, So Christopher, the oldest son, he's watching other kids because the parents are just gone. It's a Sunday afternoon and they're just gone.
Well, they're at work. He's a cop, and because he has to work overtime. It's, that's how cops make their money. And she's the assistant DA.
It's Sunday.
She's trying to take down one of the thousands of mobs that exist in Marvel Comics, New York City.
No, this is the big one though. This is Bazin.
Because here we got all these mobs, right? And at this time, the Punisher is killing all of them.
He's doing his best.
So how many are left?
I mean, he's just creating power voids for other mobsters.
Spider-Man, Daredevil, the Punisher,
right?
Darkhawk,
right?
Who else is New York City? Iron Fist, Luke Cage.
Yeah, the Heroes for Hire.
How are there still mafias?
Because every time you knock one out, 3 of them want to take their place.
Eventually you will get them all.
Eventually. They haven't gotten to it yet.
There are so many superpowered heroes in New York City at this time, and there shouldn't be any crime at all, really, at this point.
Well, then you can make the argument that they're creating more crime by being out there doing this.
No, they're not. They are arresting and killing.
Arresting?
The Punisher especially. He's killed so many people. How are there still mob guys?
He loves killing people. He has such a great time with it. He makes it fun.
Is the mayor of New York in Marvel the real mayor of New York, and do they keep it? Is this Giuliani?
Oh, it might be. Marvel was pretty good about the president is the president.
They would tie some things in, but then sometimes they wouldn't. It just was whatever's convenient at the time, I suppose. I don't know. But I don't think it's Giuliani.
There's a new Captain America movie coming out, and the president is played by Harrison Ford. For some reason in my head, I thought it would have been so funny if they hired the real George W. Bush.
Yeah, he's to start up an acting career.
And have him be the president.
He's trying to burnish his image.
He's like, hey, man, remember me?
Well, he acted like the president for 8 fucking years, so,
I like this way better.
I'm the decider.
Oh, yeah. Right. I only remember that line from that Ministry song where they just play I'm the Decider over and over again.
I'm worried about what knowledge you wouldn't have were not for memes and metal songs.
Dude, I know.
Crucial information that you need.
There's a Megadeth music video from the 80s where, the song was about how much the government sucks. Every Megadeth song is about how much he doesn't like the government. And there's in the music video, this kid's watching the Megadeth video at his home TV. His dad's like, turn this shit off and put on the news. And the kid turns and goes, this is the news.
Nice. That is a 90s kid through and through. All right. Back to the story here. So Christopher's watching over the twins, and then some mysterious people come to the door, and he's worried that it's Bazin coming to kill him for some reason. But no, it's actually just his friends.
I keep thinking you're saying Bezos.
Call him Bezos. I called him Jeff Bezos earlier.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
She's trying to bring down Amazon through a class action lawsuit.
But at this point,
Jeff Bezos is looking for Darkhawk.
Well, Amazon just started out selling books, so it was pretty innocuous for a while there.
Well, he got $1 million loan from his parents.
Yeah,
start the business.
Something like that. So the kid's friends come by and they're like, "Hey, let's just go out and get a fucking milkshake." And I'm like, "Well, I gotta watch my Wiener brothers." And they're like, "Well, just fucking leave them. It'll be fine. We'll be back in 15 minutes." Mm-hmm. Why they don't just bring the kids? I don't know. They would like milkshakes.
And that's when you cream pie her and have her jump around, as we call it a milkshake.
Nice. Do I have anything for that? I don't know. Do I have anything for that?
I don't know.
So anyway,
I grew up in a small town. We didn't do none of that.
You had to amuse yourself. You had to come up with something.
I think that's a city.
No, I think that stuff happens more in the small towns.
No, not really. Not really.
I think they're just not talking about it. They're not telling.
Well, not to me. I wasn't very cool though.
I find that hard to believe.
They didn't invite me to the milk. They didn't invite me to the milkshake.
With your Darkhawk comic books, they didn't get you into the parties.
Hey guys, I got the new episode of new issue of Darkhawk.
Is the password Excelsior?
Oh my god.
So all right. So lady lawyer comes home and she's like, "You fucking lost my kids. They're gone." And he goes, "Yeah, I kind of fucked up. They probably went to the amusement park."
She goes, "What were you out doing? Milkshaking?"
She's too old. She doesn't know what that means.
I'm not paying for
She
any.
saw it on Oprah.
I'm not paying for any more of your abortions.
This is a complicated family. They got a lot going on.
So he's like, I think I know where they went, and so she stays home while he goes and gets the kids. That's a 90s thing.
What does she have to do at home? There's no kids to protect.
Do you think she'd have a nervous breakdown? Right, she's the assistant DA. She's prosecuting this mafia game that is like threatening her. Right, and now she comes home and her kids are gone. She's probably so stressed out. She'd have a nervous breakdown.
She probably killed herself by the end of the series, which we read. We did read the final issue, and I don't remember anything about it.
Okay, so I went back and actually perused it because I was like, what the fuck does this become? And everybody lives.
Yeah. The homeless guy that, what was his name? Chris?
Saint Johnny?
No,
maybe?
the name of that.
Chris is.
So Chris is talking
Darkhawk.
to Saint Johnny, and Saint Johnny is wearing Velcro tennis shoes.
He is, yeah, and he is our homeless man who refused the bribe earlier, the first of many bribes that we saw throughout the course of this book. And he's at the amusement park again because apparently everyone just hangs out at this amusement park.
How come that didn't take off? Velcro shoes.
I mean, you still see some Velcro shoes from time to time.
I never do.
Maybe the Velcro company didn't want to get involved with that.
You know,
I would cash cow.
You know, like I tend to just slip my shoes on and off, and it destroys my shoes because I'm too lazy to untie my shoes.
You got to untie that shit.
I'm too lazy, and so like I think to myself, like maybe I should just have Velcro shoes.
Yeah, I mean,
just get those stretchy laces.
I don't want to do it.
Okay.
You get orthopedic shoes, like you have the gout.
Yeah, do they have Velcro?
I think they probably do. They're designed to just be like big, comfy, old person shoes.
Well, if it doesn't exist, well, we'll start our Dark Side's Couch Velcro shoe line.
Yeah. See, look at this. You could wear these orthopedic shoes.
I guess.
Yeah.
Look up Velcro work boots. How about that? Let's see if that exists. Get the fuck out of here. And they're badass looking. Let's fucking go.
Badass is one way of describing these.
Dude, it looks like you're from the future.
Yeah. Oh wow, you can get. Okay, these ones are pretty good. These.
Hell yeah, dude.
Mac They're $400.
Yeah, I got $400. Let's go.
Got to spend money to make money.
No, those are boots for a board.
You could still wear them.
Yeah,
you look like Mega Man.
Yeah, all right, that's what I want.
And the shoe itself is black and white, but the soles are bright red.
Mm-hmm, because you killed a red robot earlier.
You stood on a red robot.
Stole his power.
Nice. I like it. Okay. That's how we're dressed in 2025. Get ready.
You guys not know how Mega Man games work?
I've played a few Mega Man games in my day. Yeah, it's my biggest claim to fame.
All right.
I played the first 3 Mega Mans.
Just checking.
Anyway, so the dude, St. Johnny, tells him where to find the kids, and he doesn't even need a bribe.
Nope.
So he's reflecting on it. He's like, oh, wow, I could, I turned down that bribe earlier, but I just gave this kid the information. So.
Mm-hmm.
Although he didn't turn down the bribe. He took that money earlier. He claims he didn't.
I mean, here he is with a bottle of alcohol.
Well, he didn't call
$1,000
him.
bottle of alcohol. Yeah.
If you were given $1,000 and you're an alcoholic, would you just buy a $1,000 bottle of alcohol, or would you buy all those little shitty bottles?
I think it depends on what kind of alcoholic you are.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what kind of alcoholic you are.
The functioning alcoholic's going to buy a bunch of little bottles and spread that out. But the really fucked up, face in the toilet, messed up, hopeless alcoholic, he's getting the most expensive top shelf stuff he can get.
What would you do though if you were addicted to alcohol and you just
Well, I
got
don't drink.
$3,000? I'm just saying, just imagine you were addicted to alcohol.
Very hard to imagine. I think I would like to hope that I would have the same decision-making skills that I have now, other than the alcoholism, and that I would invest in having alcohol in the long term, buy a bunch of small bottles. Mm-hmm. Maybe one big bottle. Like I'd spend like $100 on one special bottle, but then all the rest I would sprinkle along a bunch of small bottles.
I would cure my alcoholism through faith in Christ.
I didn't realize this was an option. I didn't realize Christ was an option in this.
Mm-hmm.
I should have known that Christ is always an option.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. I failed the test.
Well, not for you though.
Nope. You can be baptized. Hey, getting baptized after you're withdrawing from alcohol is classic.
Yeah, I'll get baptized one of these days. I'm gonna
like normally I said I won't let you get baptized. I'll let you get baptized in that scenario.
I just need a few years of hitting rock bottom.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's justified. Yeah.
Right. I just want to see that.
Yeah. So Christopher runs into the fun house to go find his brothers, and he finds them.
But because he's not having a good time, it's just the house.
Yeah, it's a not so fun house.
It's just a house now.
It's just a house, not having a good time. Don't care
And it's
for it.
not a very fine house.
No, it's not a very fine house at all. And wouldn't you know it, right in the same fun house, we hear their dad accepting a bribe from Jeff Bezos' men.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He's just right next door doing it.
Mm-hmm. But then he gets mad.
Yeah. He does get mad?
I don't really know why,
he
though.
Does. Yeah, because he takes this bribe, and one of Bezos' men is like, I knew you'd do it. So the cop just freaks out and decides to whack him one.
It's just like, you already took the money, and all he did was acknowledge that you took the money.
He's right. Like he made an accurate judgment call about your sense of honor.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You're still wearing your police outfit. Probably not
Yeah.
a great idea. None of this is I don't seem to understand. I guess in the later issues we find out why he was taking the bribe. I'm guessing because he just took the money so he can get his family out of New York. Because he's not
I would expect that, yeah. And this bad guy's got a mood coat that changes color from panel to panel based on how drunk the colorist was.
Mm-hmm. And instead of a like a trench coat tie, it's Velcro.
Now that's an investment idea that I haven't thought of. A Velcro tie? Come on, man. Let's get on it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, you know what? Fuck you. We're just going to kill this cop after all. I know we gave you the bribe, but we're going to kill you anyway.
Yeah, like these. I don't understand like what their business model is here.
Well, these are just goons, and they clearly aren't very disciplined.
Yes.
And we know they're not disciplined because as they're getting involved with this, the other kids see this and they jump in and they say, no, don't kill my dad. And one of the goons grabs an 11-year-old kid and says, hey, look, I'm going to kill this little kid here. Kid for me to kill.
And he has a hilarious Dr. Eggman mustache.
Yes, he does.
He's got so this guy's look.
All of the henchmen kind of look like manga characters.
Yeah. This guy's got a
Yeah, this is like what a Japanese guy thinks an American guy looks like.
He's got a green trench coat. He's got a orange ponytail, wraparound sunglasses, and a big orange mustache. And he's fine with killing children.
No, he was the perfect guy to hire for this job.
Well, would Bazin be okay with him killing an 11-year-old child? Like that's next level.
This is my favorite panel probably one of my favorite panels ever. It's the children flying as he like jumps for the gun and he like the kids are just kind of in the air.
Yeah, the kids just jump in to try and stop this. And then the goons start running after the kids, and Chris picks up the bribe money and throws it in one of the goons' face. He literally blinds him with money.
This guy's had this happen to him twice already.
He knows how to deal with it. Yeah, there's so much just.
What if it's the same guy from earlier?
The guy from the courthouse?
Yeah. What if it's the same dude? He's just like, shit again. He has like exaggerated cartoonish bandages because he got hit in the face with the money the first time, and now he's just like gets back from the doctor and he's like, you finally recovered from your money being thrown in the face injuries. Thank you, doctor.
Get any more money in your eyes.
Yeah, whatever you do, just don't get hit in the face with any more money. It could be devastating.
What are the odds?
I don't think that'll ever happen again. Like,
my
doc,
next job.
like, I mean, come on.
I mean, well, in a way, aren't we all blinded by cash?
And then he takes the bundle of money, throws it in his face, and then he just disappears. His clothes just flop on the ground empty.
It killed him. Too much money to the face.
He's like, oh no. And he goes, what happened to him? His doctor told him not to let that happen again.
I mean, it's his own fault. It's his own fault. He shouldn't have taken this gig. We knew it might happen.
It does look like his head. It does look like his head vanishes.
It just fucking exploded. So Christopher and the kids, they start running away from these goons. The goons are shooting at him. They fall through the floorboards, and now they're in the basement of the fun house. Where they keep all the fun, all the good fun.
Right, where one of the brothers claims his arm is broken. But kids were tough back then.
No, it just hurts.
Kids were tough back then.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Walk it off.
That's a bad fall. It shows them landing, and that is a rough fall. Look at the rough landing.
They landed on like a file cabinet.
Ouch. Kids are tough.
They were a lot tougher. Well, they drank from the hose back then, you see.
I did. I drank from the hose back then.
That's the way it tasted best.
Weird thing to be proud of. All right. So they're like, all right, I guess
Drinking
we got to
from
get
the hose is also a game I play with my future husband.
Yes. Hobgoblin. So, all right.
Hobgoblin's what I'm going to do with my friend later.
You have a whole new lexicon going here. So
Whole new life.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, they're like, well, we need to escape here. But the goons manage to get down to the basement and meet up with them. So Chris throws the kids in a closet, says, hide in this closet. I'm going to deal with this, right?
He says, get in the closet. Because at least they'll die last.
That's what he does say. Like, I'll die first. No, I can't think like that. This was back when you had thought bubbles, too. We don't do that anymore.
No, I noticed. You know what? I really don't like that comics don't really do the thought bubbles anymore.
I don't know. They're a little clunky. They're a little...
I know, but like... It feels like with modern comics, I read through them too quickly now. Because it's just picture. And there's
Well, you got
just
to
not...
slow down. You got to
There's just not enough, like, words.
You
Like,
gotta
it's
appreciate
like-
all the fine line work.
I don't know.
And
I like
expressions.
hearing the characters' thoughts.
This is why I trade weight. Because, month to month, there's not much content, but you trade weight that shit. Anyway.
So your Chris thinks he's doomed because he doesn't have any more wads of money to throw at these guys.
Oh, shit. I knew I should have brought a wad of money. And so as he's, like, looking around for anything, he's throwing, like, bowling balls and random things he can find. And he finds an inky black butt plug.
A lava lamp.
Yeah. It's like a rocket or a lava lamp or a butt plug. And he's like, oh, maybe I can use this to get an edge in this fight. Dad always talked about having some kind of edge before he gave up.
Mm-hmm.
Dad talked about edging a lot.
Yeah, he did talk about edging
or
a lot.
meth or both.
So
or that guy from U2 or the wrestler.
Was there a wrestler named Edge?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the 90s, was this a 90s thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And well,
of course, it was
he
a
still
90s
wrestles. He's still
Right, I
wrestling.
know, but did he start using the word edge, the name Edge in the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah, that seems about
Is
right.
he Edge or the Edge?
Edge. The Edge is the guitar player from U2.
Yeah, I didn't know if there were two.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's two Stings, a musician and a wrestler.
There's
Yeah.
two Stings. Why'd you say it like Paul McCartney?
There's two.
There's two Stings. It's like the most shocking thing in the world to you. You don't understand. There are two Stings.
There's two Stings, man.
Bumpity bippity.
Yeah, there's two
Or seeing
edges
double.
too. Two edges.
Fucking dumb. All right. So Chris grabs the
Crikey!
magical lava lamp. That's Australian.
Are you just trying to piss people off?
Has nothing to do with the rest of these guys at all. All right. Chris grabs the magical lava lamp butt plug.
He don't know what it is. He grabs it, and that's because they gotta turn him into Darkhawk. This is the worst fucking origin story for a comic book character I've ever seen. It makes it even worse is DC read this and thought we need to do this
They did take
over
it. At
on
least
our
they had
side
a-
of things.
At least DC had a lineage they were playing for. Like
And they did it like 20 years later. They were
did it
looking
with-
at
Why
their-
do you hate Jaime so much?
They were looking. Oh man, we just killed the Blue Beetle, but let's get a new one. Yeah, but let's make him Darkhawk. They're
But
like, what?
in fairness, there was a Blue Beetle lineage. There was the Scarab existed. There was a background
Right.
to it pre-existing. They didn't just pull it all out of their ass. For the
Yeah,
first
Ted
issue.
was the abnormality.
Okay, but here is the crystal is
Yeah.
on his chest, but with Blue Beetle, it's on his back.
Yeah.
And he
exactly.
can also take it off. We saw him take off the crystal or
I'm
whatever.
I'm just saying, Shea, can you just admit that they just
Yeah, it's the
ripped
same
this
thing.
off?
Yeah,
They
it's the
just
same
ripped it
thing.
off.
I said that they're similar. I'm just saying Jaime can't take it off, but he can.
Hey, DC. So you guys remember Batman Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like Batman Beyond, they were like, hey, Warner Brothers tells these guys that they want a kid Batman cartoon. And they came up with a reason of how they came up with it. But what they really did was they were reading Spider-Man 2099.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's just make this guy Batman.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna go back and forth, like that goes back to the beginning of people just ripping off each other in comics.
I'm just saying, like, they stole the aesthetic. Like, it's basically the same thing.
I also push back on saying this is the worst comic book origin because I was thinking about it just now. What about Funny Man, the guy who decided to be a
No.
superhero just because he was bored?
No, he did it because he was talented enough to pull it off. This kid just happened to fall through the wood
Yeah,
and
circumstance.
just so happened to grab this thing
I don't know.
that the bad guys are all happy. The guys who are attacking his family are also the guys looking for this thing.
The
The kids go to the amusement park independently of
that is my biggest issue with this is that there are a lot of coincidences.
There
revolve
are
around
a
this
lot.
amusement
And I
park.
mean, like, that's normal in comic books usually, but it is excessive here.
At any rate, he grabs the lava lamp and he transforms his new super suit, makes him spray blue space jizz in every direction, and there he is. There's our boy Arkaw.
and he thinks what we're all thinking too. Huh?
What?
Huh? Huh?
And he's got, I didn't realize originally, but yeah, he's only got the Wolverine claws on one hand, not on both. Only one. But I do want to acknowledge that if we reference Wolverine enough, I can get away with hashtagging him on here. Wolverine's very popular at the moment.
Wolverine would have been a lot more effective if he just had one claw.
Why so?
Because like with 3, like you're gonna get like bunched up somewhere eventually. Like it's not as like 1 is more deadly than 3.
Well, he could just not take both of them out at the same time. He always insists on taking them both out at the same time. He doesn't have to.
Yeah,
He also only has it on one hand, I'm noticing now.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, I spaced out.
Wow. All right. I guess that's our indicator to move along. The show is not compelling right now.
I got confused because you kept talking about 3 versus 1. Are you talking about one claw?
I'm just saying, like, if you got 3 knives, right, and you're holding,
Yeah.
and you're trying to chop something with 3 knives, you're gonna have a much better chance of getting through what you're going through with 1.
Yeah, and
Oh,
so
you
you're
mean
saying the hand.
one- okay.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
saying
claw.
one per hand.
Yeah,
not
one per hand.
hand's worth.
No, one. one per
Okay,
hand.
now we're on.
Wait, so
Okay.
your ideal version of Wolverine has one claw in each
I'm just
hand.
saying, not ideal. I'm just saying, like, if to make him a more effective killing machine, like 1 would have been way better.
I don't know. You're hitting 3 points.
Yeah, but it's like
It's like a gun with 3 barrels.
right, but there's more resistance now. I guess
Well,
they're supposed to be super sharp though.
It's
They're supposed to-
adamantium.
Yeah, all right.
It's going to tear through anything.
All right.
All right, I think we
I'm-
talked enough about Wolverine to hashtag him.
I think I'm thinking about it because I want to watch
It's like a
that movie.
business lunch.
Like that movie just came out.
Yeah.
and everyone's telling me it's fun.
It's fun. Go see this. It'll be fun, like this fun house in this amusement park that's
If
abandoned.
people recommend stuff to me, I tend to check it out.
I don't know. It depends on how insistent they are. When people tell me I gotta watch something or I gotta hear something or that's not.
Then
Now
it's
that's how you're gonna get me to not see it at all.
Yeah, then it's like fuck you.
Yeah. Then that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I never saw Game of Thrones because you told me I had to.
No, you didn't. It's also kind of a brutal show. Like you don't need that living in your brain.
Yeah, it's dumb. Anyway, so now Arakawa is here. He's not queer, but he'll learn. Mm-hmm. And he's going to confront these guys, and all of his
We don't
powers
know
start.
we don't know if he is or not. Let's look up if Darkhawk is gay.
I guarantee he's not gay
I'm gonna
because
look it
they
up.
weren't thinking about this stuff in 1991.
Yeah, but they may have retconned it.
They barely used him ever
They
again.
did that with Iceman.
Yeah, but they don't. Yeah, but Iceman is an original X-Man. He continues to get used. This is Darkhawk.
They brought him back.
A little bit
Is-
here and
is-
there.
Is Darkhawk? I don't know why it said that.
At any rate, while Mike is spelunking into Google to find an answer for that.
He's not. He's not.
Yeah, of course he's
Okay.
not. So anyway, all of his powers start activating independently of himself, and there's stuff bursting out of his chest, and he can lift up heavy things. Very undefined powers.
So while I was looking for that, one of the headlines is James Gunn believes gay characters could already exist. Yep. Yep.
What the hell kind of headline is that?
I don't know. I think it was like cropped. There's probably some more, but out of context, that's what I read. It just says,
James Gunn does believe that gay exists. Gay is real.
Cool. Well, good gay DC characters is what I'm assuming.
That's progressive, I guess. Yeah.
Come on, make Batman gay. Come on, make him gay.
There are a bunch of gay DC characters for sure.
I want to watch a Midnighter Apollo movie. That'd be cool.
Well,
huh?
the Authority's supposed to be coming, so I would assume you're not going to pass up the opportunity to have Midnighter and Apollo in the fucking Authority.
That was a cool comic book back in the 90s.
The Authority. But it's a little weird having Superman and Batman analogs, and then the company that owns the real Superman and Batman acquire you. And it's like, shit, this is weird. But the old Orlando Midnighter run was fantastic. Really good. He's on Grindr. He's having a great time. It's great. So anyway, Arkaw, who's considerably less great, He starts fighting these goons. Everything's going pretty well. He's making short work of them. He's grabbing mustaches and ponytails and flipping these guys around.
They should have just made him Batman. They should have just have him be like when they were, because they obviously drew the design first, and they're like, oh, how do we use this guy? I'm like, we'll do this. We'll turn him into somebody DC rips off later, and they're like, oh, cool. But they should have just made him like a guy who just put on a suit and fought crime.
Well, this is actually Tom DeFalco actually created the character. Didn't end up writing it, but did create him. And it's actually the basis of Nighthawk was an unused treatment for the Fly from Archie Comics. You remember the Mighty Crusaders, the Fly?
Yeah,
something that they wanted to do with the Fly over at Archie Comics didn't get used, and that was the basis of this. So that's how that started. Anyway,
they should have just made him a guy. They should all this. This is like overly complicated. It's an alien crystal. He's a kid. They should have just made him a guy.
It's not overly complicated, but it's too much for one issue. Like they had to get the whole origin in the first issue. It's too much.
Well, we don't know where the crystal comes from or why the Hobgoblin wants it. We learn stuff, and also we're learning as he fights these guys that he can be stabbed and shot.
Yeah, you can.
So he materializes this costume, but it's just like cloth.
Well, I don't know what it is, but yeah, they are able to get through it. Again, his power set is not very clearly defined.
Oh man, they're doing better. They're doing better than me because I'm having a hell of a time getting through this.
So we're getting there. It's not that bad, honestly. But anyway, so the head goon, the last goon, he wants to electrocute Darkhawk, and he's got a big cable that he's going to electrocute him with, but not that big cable. That guy would be far more interesting.
And he gets killed like Christopher Walken in Batman Returns.
Right. Well, he lunges for Darkhawk. Darkhawk uses his power of stepping out of the way, and the electrical cable goes straight into some sort of high voltage receptacle, and the goon electrocutes himself and burns his flesh off.
So this is what we can gather right now. Okay, so he touches the crystal. It gives him like a spandex suit with metal shoulder pads and a helmet that distorts his voice.
Right.
And the crystal can fire laser beams out of it if he thinks hard enough. How is any of this better than a gun?
I mean, you gotta prey on their sense of mystery and mystique. Like people are scared of this.
So also another thing is like he doesn't realize what he looks like, but he is looking through a pink visor right now.
Right.
That must, and the helmet must like mess with his like peripheral vision.
Right. Well, I imagine.
Well, maybe it's like reflection off of it, and it's not a pink.
I'm just saying, like, is it a helmet or is it that his head now?
It's probably feeding him data that he can utilize.
Yeah, but he doesn't notice it or talk about it.
He got used to it real quick. Well, again, it's the first issue.
Well, here he like walks over to a mirror and is just like, "Oh my god, this is what I look like."
He also introduces himself to the goons as the Edge Man. He does say that. So anyway, he ties these dudes up. He takes a moment to appreciate that he's seeing a corpse for the first time.
Cooler name.
Edge Man? Maybe I'll just stick with Edge Man.
The Edge Man? The Edge Man's pretty cool. The Edge Man is like, if they just took this character design and the name The Edge Man and turned it into a manga, I bet some Japanese writer would have made this insane.
Yeah, well, it's a different culture. So, Darkhawk, I had to think for a second. Is that even his name, Darkhawk? It's so fucking generic. But he ties his goons up.
It's because we just did Nighthawk, and he was I don't know. I thought he was cooler. I thought he was a cool looking character.
Yeah, the design was better, but I would credit Neil Adams with that more than anything. Just his cool design work.
And I just said, but like, you know, he had magnet guns. You know, he like got in gunfights in orphanages.
Yeah, he did kind of shoot first.
He has like little baby wings on his back. You know?
So, they'll cherub.
I mean, he was cooler than this. That's what I'm saying. Like this guy, just like it's like that's why Blue Beetle was able to rip this off and no one even fucking noticed, because it's like so like empty.
I don't agree with that. It hasn't aged super well. It's certainly not the most unique or original thing. It's kind of generic and middle of the road, but it's not bad. It sets up some decent character potential. It just doesn't really go anywhere with it. I don't know. It really isn't a bad comic book. It's just forgettable.
Like his design is cool. Like Nighthawk? I like Nighthawks. I mean, there's something there. I mean, they went this far as to give him his own book just because of how he looks. 100%. Because obviously the story like behind how this all happens is so fucking weak. So I imagine that so it looks cool enough where, I mean, when I was a kid, having the Darkhawk trading card was cool. And we didn't know who Darkhawk was or what he did. We just knew he was a Marvel Comics character and he was cool looking.
All right. We gotta press the gas on this. We want to get through this thing. So Darkhawk is like, I'm a freak. I'm just gonna be stuck in this forever, I guess. Oh wait, no, I can just turn it off.
Yeah, and it just disappears. So
that's a little weak. Yeah.
So is he still knifed?
Yeah. You know what? They don't account for the fact that he was knifed and he felt it while he was in his costume.
Maybe
Weird.
like him and Darkhawk trade places, kind of like, like Shazam.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something though. This motherfucker got 50 issues plus some annuals. Nighthawk got 3 issues that weren't even in chronologically correct order. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah, arguably better art as well.
Oh, Neil Adams? Hell yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean,
this art isn't
cool.
bad, but...
No, it's cool.
But it's Neil Adams, dude.
I think you could take this Darkhawk design and just give it something different, and I feel like people would like it.
Yeah. Well, they liked it for like 5 years.
I mean, like, I don't know why they decided to do this. I'm flabbergasted, actually.
They're just farming new characters, just
like, I didn't know
things,
this. Because, I knew about Blue Beetle. So, as I was reading this, I'm like, this is fucking Blue Beetle. And then you realize, like, wait a minute, this came first.
Well, you said you had this as a kid. You never
I know,
read it?
but I never read it. I just had
really?
it. Like, it was my brother's. My brother
right.
picked it up, and I just, had it in the big pile of comics. I've never looked through it until now.
So Chris, now he's taken off his suit and he goes and he confronts his dad while his brothers are still in that closet, by the way.
Mm-hmm. And his dad's just like, I don't care about you or your brothers. And he runs away.
Yeah. So he says like, you don't understand. And he runs away. And Chris, I don't know what Chris does. He like flops himself on the is this supposed to look like he's running after his dad?
I don't know.
You can see this on the YouTube or Spotify.
It looks like he fell over.
It's
or
like
he's
he
about
trips.
Yeah, it's like he trips.
Or his dad threw the table in front of him so he couldn't follow.
Or he
doing
got
the
hit.
worm.
Yeah, or he got hit in the face with a pile of money.
Or he got hit with money. He's like, shit, I can't.
He's like, Dad, I'm not letting you go anywhere. And all of a sudden, his dad just whips money at his face, knocking him to the ground.
Or if I want to do a really dated joke here, he's working on his breaking routine for the 2028 Olympics.
Ooh, already canceled.
Yeah, already canceled.
Apparently, I haven't seen it though. Apparently, the breakdancing competition at the Olympics was amazing.
I am sure the people who won did very well, but there was the lady Ray Gun who did not do so well, and it's been an international embarrassment, and I kind of feel bad for that lady.
Oh, is that the meme that everyone's doing?
Yeah,
I didn't know what that was about.
She got 0 points. She is a professional break dancing trainer or something, and she did so poorly that they didn't give her a single point. And it's been pretty embarrassing.
So you think it's her fault they canceled the entire...
Because the sport became a joke because of her, you mean?
Yeah.
She may have ruined the sport.
They took away wrestling. That's what's the craziest thing is the thing the Olympics is based on. 2 guys wrestling each other to the ground.
2 straight men wrestling with each other with their dicks
And that's
out.
not in the Olympics anymore. That's the whole reason the Olympics exist.
They change it all the time. You know what used to be an Olympic sport was painting. Painting. You would paint in the Olympics. That was a thing.
I think they should bring that back.
It's a little crazy. Yeah. Painting while wrestling. Just mash those things together. Save a couple bucks. At any rate, he throws himself on the ground. He's flopping around. I guess he's supposed to look like he's running after his father. I really don't understand.
Maybe
what
he's
this
just
is.
never seen that much money and he's trying to swim in it comically.
Yeah, he fell face first into an errant bribe that's on the ground.
Mm-hmm. He's got dude, it looks like a total of $240.
I mean, in those days, it would go far.
These days, I'm a
down payment on a house.
Dude, 200. Yeah, back then. Yep.
Yeah.
I got $240. I'm buying a house.
My 3-bedroom house that I'm putting down.
Dude, I hope
Mansion.
it all crashes. I just hope it all crashes so much.
Oh, we're going to swoop in. I'm buying 7 houses when it crashes.
Dude, when it crashes, I think I'm going to buy a couple houses.
I'm kind of feeling it myself. I can wait patiently. So
I went from no house for so long. Like I'm getting me 2 houses.
Gonna pounce on the house. Pounce house.
I'm gonna pounce on the house.
Yep.
Man, T-shirt, Dark Side's couch, pounce on the house.
Pounce on that house.
Then there'll be like the crashing housing market.
It's our game. All right. Chris leaves the funhouse, and then the kids show up because I guess he forgot to take them out of the closet, but they show up.
And then he acts like surprised that they're there, and he gives them all a big hug. Oh, there you guys are! Messes up their hair. Dad's gone.
Hey, you motherfucker! You almost got us killed. Although he didn't really. The kids got him killed almost.
As he was about to. So do they got to worry about those criminals anymore, or because he killed them?
Yeah, apparently they're dead, or at least one of them survived.
One of them electrocuted himself, and then he blasted a bunch of them with his chest laser. I can't imagine that's non-lethal.
Right. Well, in order for the last page of this book to work, one of them had to have survived. But we'll get to
What if all the criminals and the 2 brothers die of radiation poisoning because he like turned into Darkhawk and released all that energy?
Yeah, he said that's what all that blue space jizz was.
Yeah, radiation, bro.
So the dude, so Chris, he takes the pennant, the lava lamp, whatever it is. He takes that with him, and he's like, maybe this will give me an edge. And he goes home.
He goes, I can't wait to be the edge man.
And he goes back like later because I guess he wants to get more information. And he goes back to the amusement park, and they're demolishing the whole area. And he's saying like, they found a corpse in here. So you think they would hold off on the demolition, but nope, they said get it done now. So he can't go in.
Just like the Pentagon.
Yeah, that definitely seems like Bezos is trying to cover this up.
Remember that 9/11, huh? With that.
Yep, all that fake attack. Yeah,
in the Pentagon. Remember?
Yeah. All those hurt families. Yep. Anyway, so Chris is approached by St. Johnny, who calls him Darkhawk, and then disappears into the ether. So I guess he was a spirit of some sort.
Maybe he's Evil Hawk.
No, Evil Hawk had something to do with his Christopher's psyche not being able to.
This reminded me of that scene in The Invisibles.
Vilhall.
Where the guy meets Tom.
Yeah, Mad Tom.
I think this guy turns into Vilhall.
Yeah, but Mad Tom was a real Vilhall. But yeah, Mad Tom was at least like a real character, but that was soon thereafter. That was like 93, so it wasn't long after this. I'm gonna say The Invisibles is a ripoff of Darkhawk, sure.
I mean, Vilhall, the crazy homeless man who turns into Evil Hawk, he's a made up character, but all characters are made up.
Yeah, by someone. Yeah.
I think Vilhall. My idea of Vilhall is more fun.
So back at home, the young kids, the 11-year-old twins are fighting because they're arguing about whether or not their dad is a loser.
Mm-hmm. But in reality, though, the father never would have left because his wife's a total smoke show.
She's a babe, and she's got a good job. But she just doesn't know when to take a bribe.
Bro, they just would have left. They would have had police protection, and they would have just left. He's a police officer, and she's the assistant DA. They're not going to fuck around with this.
They could have taken their respective bribes and got out of town. There's a lot of things they could have done differently here.
Dude, I'm the guy who usually says everything's corrupt and there's a conspiracy against us all. But I'll tell you right now, like, they don't fuck around with that shit.
No.
Like, they don't leave you to fend for yourself when you're the DA.
So there's a threatening phone call telling her to let go, stop bothering trying to track down Jeff Bezos, or she's going to have one less mouth to feed, which...
I thought he just killed those guys.
No, those are just some goons.
So, like, they just went after the family, and he killed them all, and now they're still calling. I'd be like, holy shit, did they kill all the goons?
This kid's pretty metal.
They wouldn't know who did it. They would just be like, damn, did those 2 kids we kidnapped, did they fucking...
Yeah, they probably should have... Bezos should have investigated this a little more before deciding on the next course of action, but, there you go.
She's going to think twice about grounding him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then here we see the hobgoblin, who, keep in mind, is a guy in a costume.
Right.
Just puts himself in scary poses for fun.
Yeah, he's talking to his buddy Bezos, and he's perched on top of his fireplace.
I mean, he's acting like a goblin.
I mean, he's doing he's living up to his motif, sure.
Maybe that was his biggest critique of the Green Goblin, is he didn't goblin it up.
Yeah, Green Goblin just kind of walks around like a guy.
He walks around like a guy. Hobgoblin's like, you know what? I'm really going to lean into the character.
Yeah, but Bezos
Maybe this was after he turned into a demon, because he looks pretty scary.
He's pretty bad. Bezos isn't giving them the respect of looking at him and acknowledging what he's accomplished by mounting himself on top of this fireplace.
Do you think it's like the movie where you could see Hobgoblin's mouth through the mouth of the mask, like in Like
No,
with,
I
Willem
think-
That's a
Dafoe.
thing?
And Willem
yeah,
Dafoe's
in the first
version.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Willem Dafoe's mouth.
Yeah, talk through the thing. I don't know. I like that design. Everyone shits on it, but it's like better than what they had.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's a little. I don't know. I don't.
What are
love
you
it,
gonna?
but
I
whatever.
mean, you could just paint him green. I mean, he literally looks like the dude.
I mean, I just think they didn't have the technology at the time to really give him like a moving rubbery mask kind
I
of
mean,
thing.
that's what they did in that latest Spider-Man movie. They were just
Yeah.
like, just take the damn thing off. You already look
Yeah.
like the guy.
Yeah, you're already a creepy looking dude. So Hobgoblin's talking to Bezos, and Bezos is like, yeah, I got a lead. We think that the thing that you're looking for might be buried under some rubble at the amusement park. And Hobgoblin's like, yeah, sure, I'll go digging for it. But he's like, well, you know what? Somebody was there, killed a bunch of my men, and Bezos says, my men said he looked terrifying. So two things here. Some of Bezos' men had to survive, and two, they must have saw something else, because Arkall is hardly terrifying looking. He's just a dude in a black suit.
I don't know. I mean, he's a Power Ranger who kills people.
Yeah, but he's in the Marvel universe. Like, this is not terrifying compared to the kind of... Here's the Hobgoblin. That's terrifying.
Yeah, he's pretty terrible. I don't know. Imagine this guy with like razor wings just like runs up at your buddy and cuts his head off.
Yeah, well, I guess once... His actions, terrifying, sure. His appearance, nah.
You know, based off of how his costume looks like, yeah, like if they just gave him something different and made him like hyper lethal, this would have been like really popular in the 90s, like beyond 50 issues popular.
Yeah, you gotta make him like the big dude that was always in every team book in the 90s. The big dude who stands in the back.
Yeah.
Maul or Bad Rock.
I remember with X Factor where their big guy was called Strong Guy.
Strong Guy, yep. Good old Strong Guy.
Still more creative than fucking this piece of shit.
I like Strong Guy. Yeah, so Hobgoblin vows to kill anyone who gets in his way. Christopher tries on his Darkhawk costume, remembers that St. Johnny called him Darkhawk, says, I guess that'll be my name. And then we find out that next month, Spider-Man's going to show up, but we're not going to see that.
No issue 2 of the Edge Man.
No issue 2 of it. If they would have changed the name to Edge Man, then I'd be on board. But
dude, yeah, Edge Man would have been cooler. I'm gonna make my own version of Darkhawk. He's gonna look like this. He's gonna be called Edge Man, and he's gonna kill people.
I'm gonna put that on the pile of things Mike says he's gonna do that he definitely is going.
Come
to
on,
do.
MCU Disney, like give me a call. We'll make
Get
this
that.
movie.
Well,
you
there
just got your R-rated, Deadpool movie. Let's make a fucking R-rated.
Yeah.
The Edge Man movie.
I want to say there's some allusion to Darkhawk in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 or something, but I didn't see it. So.
No. Let's just make.
Anyway,
a
what do we think of
vicious
this?
Murderer. This sucked. Boo.
Oh, Shée, what'd you think?
I already forgot about it.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you guys!
This was
it's really,
this was as miserable as I thought it was going to be.
It's not a good, it's not great, but there's nothing wrong with it aside from the things that are wrong with it. It's not that bad. It's fine.
At least in issue 50 of Darkhawk, a bunch of crazy bullshit was happening.
Yeah, my understanding is it got way more convoluted by the end. I don't know, man. It's fine. I wanted to slag it more, but objectively, it's really not bad. It's just not tickling my Q zone, so I don't know, man. It's 3 out of 5 lady bribes. Oh. Have to swing by the Coinstar later.
You
Cash those
are
in.
so generous in these ratings.
It's 3 is mid, and it's a quintessential mid book.
What were you titillating? Your what? Your Q vibe?
Tickling my Q zone.
My Q zone. Oh
Yeah,
man,
your
you know how I
Q
tickle
zone?
my Q zone? By Hobgoblin.
Yeah. What a disgusting episode. Is this the most disgusting episode? It's at least suggestive of it.
No, not at all.
Supergirl fighting the shit monster.
I was about to say,
Shea, were
not
you
a
on
fucking chance.
Would you agree that was the most?
Yeah, that was the one I was going to say
Uh-huh,
too. The words were going to be no. We had a literal shit monster.
What about
I picked that just because I knew that would be your reaction, and I was so glad.
what about when Martian Manhunter absorbed a bunch of jism and turned himself into a sponge and wrung himself out?
Oh,
So they could save the world?
okay. I don't remember that.
That did actually happen. That's just something I said happened when we were reading a Martian Manhunter adventure. It was the
Oh
filthiest thing I could think
man,
of.
I'm like, was that the one? Is that how they collected Superman's sperm when he had to
No,
repopulate?
but
What
that
was
would be a
Oh,
good. That would be a
God.
good way. Everybody jizz on the Martian Manhunter.
Remember that where they're just like they had
And
the
then he-
big container full of Superman.
Of course,
jizz?
I remember. It was Born Equal. What the hell was that called?
I don't know.
Born.
That was the last. That was the last episode we recorded at the apartment before COVID broke us up.
Yeah, it's one of the last times we've seen each other.
Now we're a long distance relationship.
And now we are.
Yeah, and it's all the healthier for it. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I miss like when I would come over and we'd like bang out 3 episodes.
I mean, we can do it.
The 3 in one go is tough, though.
I liked it though. I thought it was fun.
Well,
By the time we got to, it was the first one was bad, and then the second one was like really
That's
good
not
because we were
true.
warmed up, and 3 we were tired.
I don't know. I didn't feel that way. I don't know. We can do it. How do people like it? How do people want us to record? I don't give a shit. I have no preference.
No, I'm
I
not giving
do
this
what I'm
up.
told.
This is too much. This is way more. This is so convenient.
All right. We got to talk about it next time. We got to get out of this. I don't want to close this out.
Thank God we get that. All right, forget all about Arkaw. Fuck them.
Although we do have one more Hawk in this. We have Hawkman. Akma, I guess he would be called. So he could come up. Yeah, we've got the wheel we're going to spin. By the way, this is the last wheel spin before our Batman spin. So if you've got
Get
Batman
outta
requests, get them in.
here.
Yeah, if you got Batman
No
requests, now's the
way.
time to get them in. After this,
How is this? We just did a Batman.
no, we
There's
didn't.
No
we
way.
did. We did Showcase that had an unsolicited Batman cameo.
Oh man, time
Yeah.
is just flying by.
It does. Time. So we got 2 new requests on the
That
wheel.
was a Bengals thing.
Time after
They
time.
did a cover
That's-
of
No,
they did a
that
cover
wasn't
of Heavy Shade of
Cyndi
Winter.
Lauper.
Time.
Oh. There are a lot of songs that mention time, Shea. And let's list them all right now. No. We got 2 new requests on the
Got the
on the
time
wheel.
ticking in my head by Anthrax. That's a cover.
One
though.
is from Hermer Firmer. He threw the tick spin off the man-eating cow at us.
Oh right.
Once again, requesting a book that's probably good. So I don't know what we're supposed to do with that.
I would have read that then. I read all of the tick run.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Shea will be our tick expert.
But nonetheless, it's on there. See how easy that is, folks? You just tell us what to put on there as long as it's old, and we put it on there. And done. And the other request, YouTube commenter Victor Steerup 4582 didn't like that we only covered the 90s Magnus robot fighter, so I got a request for what they believe is a superior issue from the original 60s Russ Manning run. So we got issue 13 of that, wherein,
Ooh.
Oh, I
as they
hope that
explain,
wins.
I hope it
that
does
one
too.
wins.
It says,
I want to do that one.
He says Dr. Knoll kidnaps the sharpest woman in Northam, Magnus's girlfriend.
Yep, let's
Oh,
do
God.
that one. Let's just do that one.
Well, I will tell you, last time we had a Hall book, we followed up with Magnus. So could it happen again? Statistically, it won't, but it's on there.
Let's find out though.
So yeah, we always got to play some music while we spin. We're still fuxing with Born Too Late spinning playlist. So actually contributing their second wheel song, it's Gwar, Wheel of Punishment.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Those guys are having a good time.
Dude, there was a time like me and my buddies would see Guar twice a year, every year.
Yeah,
They're coming through for Riot Fest.
that's not the same.
That's not the same. You gotta see him in a shitty like venue where you can get doused in blood as like 1,000 people like push you.
You gotta see David Brocky's corpse.
Yeah, poor David Brocky. I've never heard anyone put it
Dave
that
Brocky,
way
Dave
before.
Brocky, whatever.
That's so.
So polite.
That's his legal birth name. That's his Christian name.
That guy was brilliant. R.I.P. Dave Brocky. Brilliant.
Dave Brocky. Okay. Yep, we can definitely spin to it. Anybody got anything they want?
The new Magnus. Your vote is vital. Let's see.
There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah.
Giant-sized man thing, Air
Yep.
Raiders, Young Love. Anything you want, Shea?
Get that booster gold in here.
Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Let's spin. Here we
Booster
go.
gold on
Something
there, too.
silly. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Yes! Oh, I am down for this.
Oh, we finally got a Z.
Well, no, we're missing a Y. We haven't done Y.
Oh.
Why not?
We have.
It sucked today.
So this is the kind of thing that I'm gonna enjoy. I don't think you guys are gonna have a great time.
I mean, I like the last Zip comics we did.
Well, because there's a lot of stories in there. But
Oh, that's
I think
one
Zip
of these.
Comics.
Okay.
So this is Zip Comics issue 17. Now we looked at Zip Comics before, and this goes back to the 40s.
I'm just glad I
this
wasn't
was-
Captain America or Avengers. To be
It
perfectly
was
honest.
right next to Captain America and the Avengers. We were
I'm
close.
so glad. I was just like, I quit.
You can't follow Darkhawk up.
Like, I
with
don't. All
fucking
right.
Captain
Yeah.
America. It's too much.
No. You got to give me something wild
Yeah.
after fucking Darkhawk.
Oh, this will be wild, all right.
I'm probably
This'll-
just burned out on all these 90s books we've been doing. Like, I'm
Yeah.
ready to move to a different era.
Oh, this is a very, very different era. So, Zip Comics issue 17, Sexually Deviant Witch.
Yes, let's do the sexually deviant witch, please.
I want noir furries.
Please, can we just do the
Well, it's on the
sexually
wheel.
deviant witch?
So here it is, Steel Sterling, Man of Steel, not Superman.
my dude, no,
And on the
no.
cover here, he's fighting some goobers and he's trying to save a lady.
There you go.
In this
perfect.
issue, a surprise for Captain Valor fans. Are either of you guys big Captain Valor fans?
Yes, I've been waiting this whole podcast to do Captain Valor. This lady looks like she's mad at Steel Sterling for like getting her out of this situation. Like she was looking forward to being cooked and eaten by these
Well,
ogres.
Yeah, well, she's being spit roasted.
Mm-hmm.
And in my experience, some women are really into that.
Yeah, the good ones.
The marriage
Wow,
material.
it's come up a lot today.
I'm a fucking dog. I've been a dog.
Yeah.
I've been a dog lately. I don't know why.
Got the dog in him for sure.
I don't know why.
So that's, I believe, from 1941, Zip Comics issue 17. It would have set you back 10 cents back in the day.
I thought you were supposed to like stop being such a sexual deviant as you get older.
Well, you can't tell your testosterone what to do. I guess you can. You could do something about that probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you listen to a lot more John Mayer, you could tamp that down maybe.
Listen to Patton Oswalt comedy albums.
And just feel your 777 testosterone level drop.
he was genetically created by America's enemies to be
he's
sent forth to lower the testosterone of men everywhere.
I'd give him a 3 as well. I'd give him a 3 out of 5 as well.
You're a good guy. That's your problem.
I have my moments. All right, that's it. I am looking forward to this. This
Yeah, me too.
elevated my spirits.
Me too.
That's next time. Shée, do you have some plugs for us here?
Sure. Follow and subscribe to us on, let's see, Twitch, Discord, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, X.
Yeah. X.
Did I name them all, guys?
Yeah.
Because I don't have them written all down anymore.
Well, we don't have Rumble, but you should say Rumble anyway.
Okay.
Do
All
Rumble.
right.
Do you guys want to put the show on Rumble?
Yeah, we should put the show on
I don't
Rumble.
know what Rumble is.
Rumble is like
It's like the right wing.
It's like a right wing YouTube.
Twitch.
Oh,
or YouTube,
God.
Yeah, I want to be on right wing YouTube, guys.
Yeah, we're going to sign up for Truth Social, too.
Get us on Truth.
Yes.
I said that when it launched, and there was that one that what's his name? My Pillow guy was going to launch. That he
Oh,
claimed this could be a
yeah.
social network, and it kept not happening.
I don't think he knew what a social network was.
I think he paid somebody like $100,000 to just con him into believing that he was going to make him what he thought was a social network. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Wow.
like they scammed an old man.
Former crack addict, My Pillow guy.
Dude, I'm gonna smoke meth and eat pussy later.
Yep,
Like,
yep,
what,
yep,
like,
yourself
who
a
am I?
hobgoblin.
Who am I to judge?
Yep. All right, I think that's it. I feel satisfied with that. I feel
Hell
replenished.
yeah.
I feel renewed.
I'm not really gonna smoke meth, you guys.
Yeah, people don't smoke meth. There's no
Like
reason.
I'm just being silly.
Don't ever smoke meth.
I
You'll-
wouldn't even know where to get meth.
Well, you got to make your own if you really want the good stuff.
Yep, just like a pizza.
Yep. If you really want to feel it, you got to get your hands in the dough. You really got to know what you're doing there.
Yeah, you got to find your good local meth dealer.
Guys, if there's one thing I learned from reading Darkhawk is like if you want to have a good time, you're gonna need that home cooked meth.
You're going to need that good.
We've got meth at home.
All right, that's it. We're out of here. Anybody got any final closing thoughts?
Meth is like pizza.
Okay. I'm just going to leave it there. Shée.
Even when you don't want it, you'll eat it. Is that the
Yeah,
punchline to meth is like pizza?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, once you go down the route there, yeah. All right. Ta-ta for now, Cushion Crusaders. We'll talk to you next time on The Couch.
Hey man, what the fuck?
What the fuck is your problem?
Watch where you're going, asshole.
Hey, just don't touch me.
This guy fucking pushed me.
Oh, you'll know if I push you.
Oh yeah? I'll stay in your fucking ass all fucking night.
Hey, I'm in it for the long haul. I'll marry your stupid ass.
Oh yeah? Till death do us part, asshole.
I fucking do.
Oh, shit. He got a wad of cash in his eye. I mean, again.
going down the route is also called hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin, Bobby. I'm just hobgoblin with Peggy tonight, so you need to stay over at Khan's house.